Genesis 19 contains one of the most shocking stories in Scripture, a story so disturbing that many preachers skip it entirely. But it's in the Bible for a reason, to show us how desperate situations can lead to catastrophic decisions. Context is everything. Sodom and Gomorrah have just been destroyed by fire from heaven. Lot, his wife, and 2 daughters fled. But Lot's wife looked back and became a pillar of salt. That is Genesis 19 verse 26. Now it's just Lot and his 2 virgin daughters. They are traumatized, isolated, and genuinely believing they might be the only survivors. Genesis 19 verse 30 says, Lot and his 2 daughters left Zoar and settled in the mountains, for he was afraid to stay in Zoar. He and his 2 daughters lived in a cave. They went from living in a city to living in a cave. Isolated. Alone. No other people visible. The daughters began to panic about the future. In verses 31 and 32, the older daughter said to the younger, Our father is old, and there is no man around here to give us children, as is the custom all over the earth. Let's get our father to drink wine, and then sleep with him, and preserve our family line through our father. Let's break down their thinking. Thought number 1. There is no man around. They believed the world had ended. Thought number 2. Preserve our family line. This wasn't lust, it was perceived survival. Thought number 3. As is the custom. They knew this was acceptable in some cultures, but definitely not to God. But here is what they missed. The world hadn't ended. There were other people. They could have gone to another city. Their perception was wrong. This is what happens when you make decisions based on panic instead of seeking God. Genesis 19 verse 33 continues. That night they got their father to drink wine, and the older daughter went in and slept with him. He was not aware of it when she lay down or when she got up. They drugged him. Lot was so drunk, he didn't even know what happened. This is rape by deception. The next night, the younger daughter said, Last night my older sister slept with our father. Let's get him to drink wine again tonight. And you go in and sleep with him so we can preserve our family line through our father. They did it again. The results? Genesis 19 verse 36 through 38 tells us, Both of Lot's daughters became pregnant by their father. The older daughter had a son, and she named him Moab. He is the father of the Moabites of today. The younger daughter also had a son, and she named him Ammon. He is the father of the Ammonites of today. 2 sons born from incest. Moab became the father of the Moabites. Ammon became the father of the Ammonites. And these nations became enemies of Israel for over 1,000 years. Deuteronomy 23 verse 3 actually says, No Ammonite or Moabite or any of their descendants may enter the assembly of the Lord, not even in the 10th generation. The consequences of one desperate decision affected generations. But here is what is prophetic. Despite the scandal of Moab's origin, Ruth was a Moabitess. And Ruth became the great-grandmother of King David and an ancestor of Jesus. God took a nation born from incest and scandal and brought the Messiah through that lineage. That's redemption. So what is the lesson? Number 1. Desperate situations don't justify sinful solutions. The ends don't justify the means. Number 2. Panic leads to poor decisions. Lot's daughters didn't seek God. They acted in fear. Number 3. Sin has generational consequences. Moab and Ammon plagued Israel for centuries. Number 4. God can redeem anything. Ruth came from Moab. Jesus came through that scandalous line. When you're in a desperate situation, don't make permanent decisions based on temporary panic. Seek God first. Subscribe for biblical truth others won't teach. Hit that notification bell. Comment, God redeems scandal.
I find hope and redemption.